Hey, mind if I ask you something? It'll just take a minute.
What do you want? I'm working.
Apologies. I thought it might be around your lunch break.
I can't plan breaks to the minute like you. You've never worked, so you wouldn't get it, huh?
I'll be more considerate in the future.
Anyway, what's up? I hope it's important.
I wanted to discuss our monthly budget.
Again?
Again?
Didn't we cover this already? Don't text me about this either.
Last time, you left for a shower in the middle of our conversation.
I was tired from working, remember? I didn't want to deal with your talk late at night.
When is a good time to talk then? You're out late drinking on weekdays, and weekends are your relaxation time.
So what? Do I need to give up going out and relax on weekends just for this? Or not relax even though I work hard all week?
No, I'm not saying that. It just seems there's never a good time to discuss it.
You're always going on about wanting to talk. But I've been giving you money every month, right?
I appreciate that.
So what's the issue?
It's tough to manage groceries and utilities on a $600 budget. Plus, things like soap and toilet paper. I'm barely getting by.
You're a housewife. Isn't this your responsibility? Isn't this what you do all day?
There's a limit to what I can do.
Limit is for people working as hard as possible. Are you working that hard?
I think I am. Clipping coupons, buying the cheapest groceries, going to 3 stores each time.
Given you have nothing to do, that's expected.
When we're really tight, I skip lunch.
Housewives can miss a meal here and there, can't they? Or is skipping lunch beneath you?
Fine, but I couldn't even buy Elizabeth all her school clothes. We had to pay for her summer classes too. I used what I saved by cutting other expenses, but it's not enough.
So if we stay thrifty, we can manage.
I've been as thrifty as possible. There are no more corners to cut.
That's enough. Do you think I'm blind?
What do you mean?
I checked this month's electric bill online. It's $15 higher than in June.
It can't be helped.
What do you mean, it can't be helped? Can't you be as thrifty as last month? Sounds like you're slipping. Why has it gone up?
It's been scorching every day, so I had to use the AC.
AC? Really? I'm here sweating, earning all the money for the family for what? So my jobless wife can lounge around cool as a cucumber?
I'm not using it all the time. Sometimes doing housework, it's unbearable, only at noon when it's the hottest.
And you tell me we don't have enough money for expenses. In the end, you're blowing money on luxuries like AC.
I'm not blowing money. It's been like a furnace this year.
Excuses. All right, I've got it.
Really? Will you think about increasing the monthly budget?
Are you stupid? I figured out how to save on expenses. You're banned from using the AC from now on.
What? That's impossible, you don't understand.
You haven't even tried. Don't say it's impossible.
We use AC on weekends when you're here, it's hotter during the week. No airflow, hotter inside than outside.
You're weak-willed. Think of it as training, Jody. Hang in there for a bit.
Hang in there.
That's my final word on this.
That's not fair.
I know you have all day, but if I waste more time, I'll miss lunch. They ordered pulled pork sandwiches today. Much better than the ones you make.
I need to ask you a favor.
How many times do I have to tell you? Don't bother me while I'm working.
I apologize. But please let me use the AC. Just for today.
Excuse me? Did I look at the wrong calendar today? It's already September, isn't it?
Yeah, it's September, but it still feels like the middle of summer. I've been holding out as best as I can. But I haven't been feeling well ever since this morning.
You've been holding out? Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying.
Why was August's electricity bill still almost $9.40 higher than June?
Elizabeth was on summer vacation all month.
And she was working during the day, wasn't she?
Sure, she was gone a lot for work. But it's not like she worked every day.
Don't try to pass it off on your daughter just because you can't manage expenses.
I'm not. I wouldn't want her to have to face this same cruelty from you.
Cruelty? Do you think I'm tormenting you or something?
I didn't say that.
You might as well have. I'm just thinking of ways to save money in your place. Since you can't seem to manage to do anything.
I'm sorry.
Well, if you're willing to admit that, then I guess I can make an exception for you today.
Really?
But only if you can turn it on without the remote.
You took the remote. Where did you put it?
I've got it here with me.
Why did you take it all the way to your office?
I was checking the bills just this morning and noticed they still weren't really going down. So I thought I would help you out.
Are you serious?
Anyway, if you really need it, then you can come here and get it. Of course, we don't need you blowing any gas money, so make sure you walk.
That's like 10 miles in the scorching heat. There's no way.
Well, then forget about using the AC today. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But don't even think about leaving the housework and running off somewhere cool for the day. If I have work, then you have to work. Oh, I know. Why don't you clean up the shed?
That's outside. Any day but today is fine. But that shed is going to take at least 3 hours to clean.
What was that you said before about there being no airflow in the house? Shouldn't it be better outside?
I said that, but
I don't have anything going on after work today. So I'll be home right on time to check your work. I better not find that you've been slacking off.
do you have work after school today?
Nope. I was planning on coming right home. Is something up?
No, nothing's wrong. Do you think you could hang out at a friend's or something for the afternoon?
I guess so. Why?
Just the AC in the house is out is all.
Really? In the whole house? I guess our AC is pretty old. Do you think we can get a new one soon?
It's expensive, so your father just keeps saying someday.
If he stopped going out drinking all the time, we could have the money in no time.
Your father has to socialize as well. Whatever that means exactly.
You always take it way too easy on him.
Well, he earns the money that we all live on.
If earning money is so important, why don't you work?
Oh no, I can't.
Why not? Did Dad say you couldn't?
Well, he said that since I can't even manage everything at the house properly, I'd just be a bother at an office.
But didn't you used to want to be an accountant?
That's right. Your father and I went to the same university. We were 1 year apart though. We were both finance majors studying to be accountants. But I got pregnant with you before I was able to get my qualifications. And your father ended up just taking a normal desk job.
So it's because of me that you couldn't become an accountant?
No. Not at all. Having you was the best thing that could have happened to us. Truthfully, I think neither of us had it in us to get the qualification.
So what is it that you see in Dad anyway?
He used to be very nice.
Really? No way.
He used to drive to my apartment every day and give me a ride to campus.
I can't even imagine that. He's always just sitting around the house scowling.
I think that's just because his work is tough.
And so that makes it okay for him to take it out on you?
It's just because I rock the boat a bit. Anyway, I think the AC should be fixed by tomorrow.
Are you at home?
Yeah,
Even though the AC is broken? In this heat? I know. Let's both go to a cafe after school. I got paid the other day, so I'll buy.
that's your money, Elizabeth. You earned it. You should save it for your future. And to pay for your phone.
I know, but I worked a lot during the summer. How about I bring home some ice cream? We can eat some ice cream together at least.
That sounds nice. Thank you. But I'll be okay without ice cream. Please don't go through any trouble.
But it's no trouble. I actually like my job. And the only reason I started working is because Dad wouldn't pay my phone bill.
Your friends' parents all pay for their phones, don't they?
Yeah, but I never really expected Dad to. Anyway, it's not your fault, so don't worry about it.
How did I get such a good kid? Anyway, I'm really good on ice cream. Just find yourself somewhere cool to pass the time until the evening, please. I've got something important I need to take care of here.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'll let you know when I head home.
Hey, after rushing home early today, what's going on? Why aren't you here? You're not answering the phone. And everything from the shed is scattered in the yard. Where are you?
Mom's in an ambulance now.
What? Mom? Is this Elizabeth? Why does she have your phone?
It's your fault. You're the one who told her to clean the shed in this heat until she got heat stroke.
What? They sent an ambulance just for heat stroke?
Just for heat stroke? How can you say something like that?
An ambulance came to our house, right? It probably bothered the whole neighborhood.
How can you think about that right now? If I hadn't come home early and found her, she was in real danger of dehydration. Are you crazy making her work on a day like this?
She did this on her own.
Bull. I saw your conversation history. And what's this about banning her from using the AC?
Your mother didn't do the things she was supposed to. It's only natural for there to be some kind of penalty.
What's wrong with you? Mom almost died.
I didn't tell her to go that far. She just took extra care to do what I asked her as her husband.
You're asking quite a lot from her, don't you think? How many years have you been treating her like this? I had no idea Mom was working so hard to get by this whole time.
Your mother is the one who was wasting the money that I worked so hard to earn.
You don't give her enough for her to waste any of it.
You don't know what you're talking about because you're still a child. So don't take that know-it-all tone with me.
Even a child could figure that out. Have you ever done any chores? No, right? You probably couldn't even find where the food is in the grocery store.
That's enough out of you. You're a little too sassy for someone who relies on me for everything.
That's what Mom always says too. She said that's why she's so passive and has no self-esteem.
That's just how she always was. You know, married couples have a way of splitting responsibilities.
So why don't you fulfill yours? If you're going to force Mom to stay home, then your job should be to guarantee that you're providing the kind of life that you both want.
Guarantee? Give me a break. You're just ungrateful, the both of you.
I'm on Mom's side. You've kept it hidden that you've been bullying Mom this whole time. And now I realize Mom has been putting up with it as best as she can so that things wouldn't be hard for me. She's been looking so worried and sad this whole time, always watching over me. So now it's time for me to protect her.
And just what can a girl your age do to protect her?
I won't go to college. I'll keep working part-time and live with Mom.
Be realistic. Who do you think is going to hire a little girl with only a high school degree these days?
I'll think of something.
Do whatever you want then. I'm sure the both of you will come crawling back, tails between your legs.
I just wish I had realized sooner. I could have stopped things before this happened to Mom.
You're so stubborn over just a little heat stroke. Whatever. I'm going out. Tell your mother to hurry up and get home.
Excuse me?
Because of her laziness, there's not even dinner ready for me at home.
What do you mean her laziness? She's in a hospital bed right now. And yet you're going out drinking. What are you even thinking at a time like this?
After a hard day's work, the least you guys should be doing is providing me with food. You two can get home by yourselves as well. Your mother brought all of this on herself. Make sure you tell her I won't be paying any hospital fees or anything. Jody! What in the world is going through your head, being out at this hour? Despite having no other responsibilities. You can't even manage to be there to greet your husband when he gets home from work? And Elizabeth isn't home yet either. I swear she's going rotten. And it's all your fault.
Don't worry, Elizabeth is with me. We're at my parents' house.
Oh, so the two of you have run away, have you? Get back home before you do anything you'll really regret. And where's the breaker, by the way? The power is out.
The electricity and the gas have been shut off. I haven't been paying the bills.
What? So where has the money I've been giving you every month been going? You've splurged it all away again?
I wouldn't say splurged. I told you there was a limit to how thrifty I could be. I hit the limit and so I stopped paying them is all.
You better get your act together. What are we going to do if the neighbors find out our utilities got shut off?
What will the neighbors think? That's all you care about, isn't it? You couldn't care less about what your family thinks.
What benefit is there in listening to the chirping of the useless, irresponsible mouths I'm feeding?
Irresponsible. I never wanted you to shoulder all of the responsibilities. I wanted to share them with you.
If you were capable of shouldering any responsibilities, I would have liked that as well. Or if you could at least have fulfilled your duties as a housewife. That would have been perfect.
And what about you? Have you been a perfect husband? How about a perfect father?
What have I done to give you cause to be unsatisfied? I'm breaking my back every day at work to put food on the table for the two of you.
I'm not talking about money. We don't feel like a family.
Does feeling like a family put food on the table? Ack! I can't see anything in this darkness.
I left a flashlight in the dining room.
In the dining room? Hey! What's with this paper on the table?
Those are divorce papers. Can't you read?
Have you thought through what you're doing at all? How do you think the two of you are going to get by? A housewife and a high school girl? Do you think your parents can afford to feed all of you forever on just their social security? You want to go from no AC to not even being able to afford a fan?
I wouldn't mind even if we were poorer than that. I'd rather have an empty pocket than an empty heart.
Are you saying I have no heart? All right, Jody. Do whatever you want. But what about Elizabeth?
What about her?
She said she was going to work straight out of high school and not go to college. Are you really going to let your selfishness destroy her future?
Of course not. I'll take care of her.
Don't kid yourself. The two of you together can't do that.
I can. I've already found a job.
Congratulations. I can only imagine what kind of a place would hire someone who can't even do simple housework.
I'll be working at an accounting firm.
Yeah, right. Liar. How could you possibly get a job with no qualifications?
Well, I've been studying hard these past few months and it paid off. I got my CPA certificate.
And where did you get the money for that? Is that where the gas and electricity money went?
Like the money you provided would be enough. I borrowed the money for books from my parents. Elizabeth agreed that I should work as well. From now on, the two of us can live our lives without a shred of support from you.
I see. Did you think I was forcing you to stay at home? If you really wanted to work, you should have just said so.
That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying then?
I would have been fine even as a housewife. If it at least meant that we had a happy home. If you would have just treated us well, I would have been happy.
I treated you well. What do you call feeding you?
You didn't even come visit me after I almost died of heat stroke.
Are you still going on about that? How long are you planning on holding that over my head?
When I collapsed that day, I finally realized that the Bryce I loved was gone. So I'm cutting ties with you. Elizabeth is my only family now. And from here on out, the two of us will take care of ourselves.
Do you really mean that?
That's why there are divorce papers on the table in front of you.
Forget that. If I come meet you now, will that make you happy? Fine. I'm on my way over there right now.
Don't bother. Just sign the papers and mail them to me. I'll take care of the rest. I've made up my mind about this. All the love I felt for you is gone.
Jody! Don't leave me alone in this cold house. It's already December. What am I supposed to do with no heat and no electricity?
Maybe spending a night without heating will help to cool your head. Maybe now you'll understand how I felt.
Jody, please. I don't even know what to do with the power out. Can you at least call the electric company? I can't sleep in this cold, and how am I supposed to deal with the darkness?
It's a good thing it's not winter yet, huh? Just put on some extra clothes and you'll be fine. At least you definitely won't get heat stroke.
Why you? Okay, fine. You win. Just come home and I'll listen to what you have to say.
You really are weak-willed, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Think of it as training, Bryce. Hang in there for a bit. That's what you told me, right? So surely you can't do it. Bryce really procrastinated on signing those divorce papers. And his parents made quite a fuss about his behavior. Eventually, they insisted he sign the papers and then escorted him to my house to deliver them. Surprisingly, they apologized to me. Following that, they made him commit to paying alimony, child support, and even Elizabeth's college tuition. To meet those commitments, he had to move out of the house and back in with his parents. The guy who previously pinched pennies suddenly found himself being advised to be more frugal by his own parents. It appears he's making do with just a fan this summer. Meanwhile, Elizabeth and I are comfortably residing in an apartment with proper air conditioning. While working, I'm also studying to advance to the next level of my CPA. I've been finding joy in my work. And Elizabeth mentions that I've been looking more vibrant. It has become our routine to share lively conversations during meals me about work. And her about her love life. Moving forward, I'm determined to save her life. For my daughter's sake and for my own. I've spent too much time letting my daughter witness my struggles. Now, I want to strive to become a dependable mother for her.